Well, hello people. Welcome back to the channel. And I know it's been so long since I last posted a video. Um, I had my personal reasons. I had to take care of it. And Bharat is here to join us. Unfortunately, he won't be joining in for a few days, and it's going to be just us. I will be bringing you, just like before, the contents of the week in football, and we have decided that we would keep this a regular fixture moving forward. We deeply regret and we apologize that we couldn't continue through the series of this season. We thought we could make through this season, but unfortunately we couldn't, so kindly bear with us. But starting today, we are back. And so let's get on with this video. So for starters, let's say for this moment, this season has been absolutely crazy. It's been absolutely bollocks, let me say it like that, because the amount of teams that have been top even before Christmas, is just mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling, let me tell you. What, 9 teams have been top of the league this season? That's a Premier League record. And as of now, the league leaders are Manchester City. It is a well-deserved lead. They've been unbeaten for the last, I don't know how many, 10, 11 games, I suppose. Yeah, they've done absolutely well during the midweek as well. I think they won 2-0 against Sheffield United. I don't know who they won against. Just give me a minute. Let me check. So Manchester City. Yeah, they beat Burnley. And they have not. Their consistency level is looking absolutely humongous. It is frightening, but closest to City, which is 3 points difference at Manchester United. Now, as a Liverpool fan, this is a sight that I hate to see. But I can't lie, Manchester United have been playing some incredible stuff this season, and they are rightfully placed in second. And last game against Southampton, it was one of their best ever performances that you would ever see. So, without any further ado, let's just dive into Manchester United versus Southampton. So, Man United faced Southampton at Old Trafford this midweek, and let us just say that United absolutely cruised through this game. Southampton didn't even challenge them, and what's more, Southampton were down to 9 men. Yeah, 9 men. Yeah, of course, they were down to 10 men even before the game started. And Alex Yankovic just went in with his boot onto Scott McTominay. So, yeah, McTominay went down and it's a red card. I feel sorry for the young man, Alex Yankovic. I've heard a lot about him. He's obviously very, very talented, and this is just unlucky. And for Southampton, it's worrying though. It's worrying because last season they lost the same number, 9-0 at home at St. Mary's to Leicester. This season, it is a continuation of last season, where this time they've lost to Manchester United at Old Trafford. Of course, it is an informed United team. Manchester United have been absolutely buzzing this season, but come on, Southampton have been playing excellent as well. They were comfortably challenging for European spots this season. They've been playing well under Ralph Hasenhuttl, but we see that early on in the game, if something goes wrong, their mentality fumbles. Alright, their mentality fumbles. Unlike the Arsenal and Wolverhampton game, which I will be getting on soon, Southampton have a weak mentality, and what is not, uh, 9 of those 11 players on the pitch during that fateful day were also part of the 9-0 thrashing against Leicester City. What does that tell you? Either the manager has to change, but yeah, I feel that is highly unlikely because he's done an excellent job. Ralph Hasenhuttl has been Southampton's best manager since I guess Mauricio Pochettino, and he's a very good manager indeed. So what is wrong at Southampton? I think what Southampton are really missing is a leader figure in that dressing room, someone who can boss the dressing room when things go absolutely wrong, and that can happen in a football game. Don't get me wrong, that can happen in a football game, but that is when your mentality is tested. That is when you need to be at your full potential and take the game head on. There is no such personality in the team. There is James Ward-Prowse, but he is more of a set by example kind of a leader. I don't think he is vocal enough. There should be this vocal sense of person in every single team who can rally the defense, who can rally the midfield, who can shout at the forwards to move across the field, make something happen, ask the creative players to play their role when everything goes wrong. I think Southampton missed that kind of a player, and that cost them again. So, who's to blame? Is it the manager? I don't see the manager getting the blame for this. But is it the board, or is it the dressing room, or is it the players? Who's to be blamed for this? I think it is an entire whole. The system in Southampton has to change. The players are all professional athletes. This cannot happen 2 seasons in a row. The players have to take ownership. On the field, they all should show individual leadership. They have a very good manager. They have a board that is backing them with players. Now they just have to go out there and perform. That is what I feel. Tell me what you feel in the comments, and let us move on to Arsenal versus Wolves. Now, Arsenal versus Wolves is kind of a tricky game because Arsenal played really well, especially in the first half. Bukayo Saka got out there in the first minute, nearly scored a goal, hit the post. That was created by an excellent pass by Thomas Partey. இன்னும் சொல்ல போனால் தாமஸ் பார்ட்டே வந்து அந்த பால் அப்படி போட்டதுனால it went miles inside, and Bukayo Saka was able to, he made the perfect run. He collected the ball, he just drifted it in, but the ball didn't find the back of the net. I found it very unlucky. Maybe he could have gone for placement over pace, but that was just bad luck. And there were several moments a goal was disallowed of Lacazette, and Bukayo Saka made good on that. He scored, but that was disallowed. Obviously, it was offside. And yeah, Arsenal were looking very high up until the 46th minute. In the 46th minute, David Luiz made a foul. In my opinion, that was not a red card. The referee, that was a very poor decision to make. That was not a red card in my opinion. David Luiz, of course, tripped his man, but that is not a red card offense for me, if you ask me. But the referee thought it was a red card. He went there, stood near the monitor for, I don't know, it looked like an eternity. He just saw the monitor, and the final conclusion that he drew was it was a red card. I found it unfair, but Arsenal had to take it up in the chin, and they played really well. Don't get me wrong, unlike Southampton, when they were down to 10 men. Arsenal showed real character in the second half. They started the half well, but they obviously had to defend. And due to that red card, David Luiz gave away just before half time. There was a penalty awarded to Wolverhampton, and of course they scored a goal. The first 2 minutes after the second half started, Arsenal were a bit shaky. But they were tough to break. But then followed this absolutely amazing strike off the foot of João Moutinho. Whoa, superb kick. It was a screamer. It went right in into the Arsenal nets. And Arsenal could do nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it. Um, Afterwards, Bernd Leno got a red card. It was disgraceful. Um, he came out, just manhandled the ball, got a red card. Arsenal were down to 9 men, and Runarsson was in goal. And damn, Arsenal's defense have looked better. Let me say it like this, because Runarsson made a couple of good saves. He made a couple of good saves. Don't get me wrong, but there is always plenty of, not a single mistake. There's always plenty of mistakes in him. And I hope Matt Ryan gets fit enough soon so that Arsenal can field them in goal. I know that. And the recent news is that Arsenal appealed the red card for David Luiz, which obviously they also felt that it was too harsh of a decision. But the FA and the board decided that no, we are keeping the red card, and so David Luiz won't be available for the next 3 matches. Now, Arsenal have been in excellent form. And the game that they played against Wolverhampton deserved a win. But they didn't. And it is just incredible to think that half of the Arsenal fans, half of the pundits, so-called pundits, wanted Mikel Arteta out. And Arteta managed to change things now. Obviously, this team faced a lot of losses in this season. They are not where they are supposed to be, but Arteta changed things through. Kudos to him, and they deserved a win, which they did not win yesterday. And for Wolverhampton Wanderers, it was not a very good performance apart from, if you take away the João Moutinho screamer, it was not a very solid performance. And they have European games coming up as well in the Europa League. And I hope this win starts off. And who are they facing next? Who are Wolves facing next? Let's just see. Just a minute. They are currently placed at 14th, and their form is abysmal. They lost 3, drew 1, and won 1. And they face Leicester City, the Foxes, against the Wolves during the weekend. Obviously, it is a very good match, and Arsenal are currently sitting at 10th. 2 draws, 2 wins, and a loss. So I guess it is a very good place to be. 1 loss in 5 games, not a bad start, not a bad good, not a bad record. And they face Aston Villa. Aston Villa have made some amazing recruitments, which we will look at now. West Ham versus Aston Villa. Now, this is one of my most favorite games of this midweek because of many reasons. One, I actually like Aston Villa. Yep, they beat us 7-0, but still I like them. I think they're a very good side, and it is almost inspirational to think that they almost got relegated and they stayed up with a lucky goal, which was supposed to be allowed, which is not allowed, obviously, for Bournemouth, I guess. Yeah. So Aston Villa stayed up by a whisker, and they managed to pull through. It is almost like a fairy tale, all right. And not only that, they managed to recruit very well. They managed to keep Jack Grealish, which in itself is a big achievement, considering Man United was sniffing about, Man City was sniffing about, Liverpool was sniffing about, and some foreign clubs were also sniffing about Jack Grealish. But yeah, they managed to keep him. they managed to bring in the likes of Emi Martinez from Arsenal. He's an exceptional goalkeeper and he's proved to be exceptional. And Also Ross Barkley from Chelsea, who's not getting enough game time there. But yeah, he's a good enough player. He's an excellent player, and he's been very good at Aston Villa. He's recently returned from injuries and he's back to full fitness. And he scored during the weekend, and midweek it was just unlucky. And they had John McGinn, and to that, during this winter transfer window, they managed to add Sanson from Marseille. I've heard a lot about him. I have not seen him play. I've heard that he's one of the best box-to-box midfielders available. And of course, he's been playing at Marseille, who are currently ninth in the league, but it is not his fault. He's been absolutely flying this season. So to get him to Aston Villa, I think it is a bargain, and Aston Villa have been doing very good business. Now, similarly, West Ham were 17th, 16th, 15th last time in the league. I don't know where they finished last time, but I don't remember. A football fan's memory, of course, it's very short. But yeah, they managed to turn it around this season. I mean, they're just 2 points behind Liverpool, and they're sitting fifth in the league. It is amazing, and they've managed. I thought they would get a striker in during this January transfer window, to be honest. But they managed to get in Jesse Lingard on loan from Man United. And what do you know? Lord Lingardinho can score. He scored 2 goals during the midweek against Aston Villa. But yeah, both of those goals arguably should have been stopped by Emi Martinez. But nonetheless, there were 2 goals for Jesse Lingard on his debut for West Ham. So happy for that fella. He was not even getting enough game time. He was just like there. He had to keep a poker face all the time, just appear in social media and clean up socks, and all those stuff. He was never ever let near the football field, and I think he last played his game in some, lower Europa League games, and he managed to score in that as well. And yeah. Welcome back to the Premier League, Jesse Lingard. Lingardinho was missed, but he is back. Now, moving on to more serious notes, Chelsea have sacked Frank Lampard, and yeah, I know that I've been reacting late, but guys, this is my first video in a very long time. So yeah, Chelsea have sacked Lampard, and Barrett was actually very, very gutted about it. But then he realized he had to move forward. There was no other way. So yeah, Thomas Tuchel has been getting some good results with Chelsea. You can also say that as manager bounce. The first match was abysmal. It was so boring that I fell asleep watching the game. The second game was okay. And actually, Tottenham face Chelsea in another 3 hours time today. And as you can see in India, it's almost 11 o'clock at night at the time of recording. So yeah, you can see it's telecast at 1:30 at night. So you would understand me if I said that I watched Liverpool versus Brighton yesterday at 1:30 at night. So yes, I stayed up all night till 1:30. I turned on my laptop, entered my password like any other sane person would do. Went to my Mozilla, opened Hotstar, put on the Liverpool vs Brighton game. It was a home game. It was held in Anfield. It was also exciting. I turned on the lap and started watching the game. The first half, first 5 minutes, Salah got in, nearly scored. He should have put that in the back of the net. But then, for the entire game, there were so many opportunities available for Liverpool to put the goal in the back of the net, which they didn't do. And then there was this one time Brighton played an excellent volley through the mistake of Alexander-Arnold again. Defensively, he was right. Going forward, he was very good. He made some excellent, crosses. But nonetheless, his defensive mistake led to the goal. So I don't want to build him up anymore. See, look, Liverpool have been poor this season. I don't know what else to say. We've been absolutely shite. We're sitting on fourth this time, and there is no excuse this time that we would like to give. Yes, of course, we did not field Allison, we did not field Mane, but still we had Thiago, we had Salah, we had Firmino, and we had Gini Wijnaldum. And I did not understand when Gini Wijnaldum came out, as a substitution option for Divock Origi. I thought Milner would have been better off if he went out. I don't know what Klopp was thinking, but I don't, yeah, we've been playing well for the past 4 years. This was coming. The loss at Anfield was coming. But I did not expect us to lose two consecutive games at Anfield. One against Burnley and another one against Brighton. The thing is, I think we had one eye set on this Brighton game and the other eyes set on, Man City over the weekend. It is completely in contrast with last season where we went game by game, game by game. That is how we should go. I don't know what was there in this game. Of course, Nat Phillips played well, Hendo played well. It is just the finish, and we missed Mane tonight. We missed Jota. We should not be missing those people to play against Brighton, but we did. We did, and we were absolutely shite when it came to finishing. We had so many chances, but we couldn't put anything on target. And in the second half, Trent Alexander-Arnold gave a cross to Mohamed Salah, which he usually buries it in the net. This time, he just shoots it away from the goal, and it goes to the sky. I don't know. I really don't know what is happening. I just hope we could turn this around. And no, we are not in the title race as of now. Of course, it may change if Man United lose during the weekend and if we beat, Man City during the weekend. But those are two heavily unlikely events. Man United face Everton next, and we face Manchester City next. Well, Man City have been flying, like I said before. Man City have been flying, and they have not lost a single game in the last 11 games in all competitions or something like that. They have that is a record for a team in the Premier League, and yeah, Pep Guardiola has managed to bring back his side. It was a silent start to the season for Man City. It was a slow start, but they got there eventually. While others slipped, Man City have managed to retain the top spot. So congratulations to them. But this season is a very crazy one because there have been so many people on top. There have been so many teams on top. I really don't know what to make of this Liverpool team, man. We were absolutely dominant, and by this time, 22 games or something like that, we had 64 points. And this time, of course, I'm not asking for 64 points, but at least win the games that you actually should win. This shows that without Virgil van Dijk, without the defense, of course, we are missing 3 defensive players, but still, defense is not the problem for us this time. It is the finishing. Absolutely nothing more to say about Liverpool. So, wrapping up this video with that, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, and if you're enjoying my content, please do subscribe. We will bring you more interactive content in the time to come. Bharat will be joining us soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. So until next time, till I meet you, it's Xiao. And before going, I wish the Indian team who face England in the first test in Chennai tomorrow all the very best. Honestly, I think it is going to be a 4-0 win. I will be happy with a 4-0 win, and if we faced New Zealand in the Test Championship at Lords, it would be amazing. But England are a very, very tough team, and Joe Root is looking in absolutely stunning form, and Ben Stokes has joined them as well. So, well, anyway, let's see what happens. And until next time, cheers.